Hello, this is Reverend Dore Jacques Patlian teaching the science of mind and religious science from Sarasota. Today, I am a religious scientist. You know, I'm often asked when spirituality or religion is discussed what I would call myself. People like to categorize and pigeonhole, don't they? All right, I'm a religious scientist, and I subscribe to a faith and life philosophy that has roots as ancient as Plato and as sacred as the original teachings of Christianity before the Romans got a hold of it in the 4th century. This faith and philosophy is found in the Bible, and it runs through every other great scripture when you take the dogma and ceremony out of it. This philosophy is the synthesis of religion, science, and psychology, and it's explained in Ernest Holmes' seminal work, The Science of Mind, which is the basic textbook of religious science. Religious scientists are inclusive, never exclusive, because they know that not one human on this planet knows or ever has known the absolute truth of God or anything provable about religion. It's all relative. It's like ice cream. It's a matter of taste. I like Rocky Road. My wife likes cherry vanilla. It is all a matter of belief, and anyone who says they know the absolute truth of God or religion is suffering from a terminal case of hubris. Here's what I believe, and here's what I believe that religious scientists believe. Number one, God is all there is in this universe or any other universe we may discover. God is the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega. The word God is our shorthand way of expressing the great I am. You remember when Moses asked God what his name was on Mount Sinai? The answer was, I am that I am. In other words, everything there is, I am. Everything that exists begins in the mind of God, including each one of us. Everything on earth is created by mankind, and it begins in the mind of a man or woman and is created using the three great God-given powers of imagination, will, and intellect. The power is God's, but we use it to create what we need on this earth. Number two, therefore, God and each one of us are one. God lives within every human being on this planet. We live and move and have our being within the great body of God that we call the universe. God and humanity are therefore one, differing only in scale, not in substance. We are actually made of the very stuff of God, as is the whole universe. The unity of life is the greatest truth there is. Separation between God and mankind is the prime mistake or error, and from this error all discord, sorrow, poverty, illness, and war flows. There is a cosmic God everywhere present and an indwelling God within each of us, and they're one and the same. As Ernest Holmes liked to say, there is no spot where God is not. Number three, God is a life force, a spirit, a universal mind, not an old man in the sky or our parent or a supercorporeal being. Therefore, God neither rewards nor punishes, does not rule by caprice or whim, but rather governs all that exists through divine laws that have existed before time itself. These laws are the operating system of the universe, much like you have an operating system in your computer. These laws are practical, they're predictable, and they're knowable. They're physical laws and they're spiritual laws. Now, we're all pretty familiar with the physical laws because we live with them every day, don't we? Physical laws would be laws such as gravity, thermodynamics, electricity, hydraulics, and relativity. But less known are the spiritual laws such as mind action, compensation, circulation, cause and effect, attraction, and there's many more. These are the laws that we may learn to use to govern ourselves and to create the life we want and deserve. They're really the laws of creation, how the spiritual universe works. Divine law, whether physical or spiritual, is always predictable, dependable, and it always works to the extent that we use it correctly. It's open 24/7, available for our use. The law will always give us just what we put into it to the level of our understanding of it. The only way the law can fail to produce what we desire is by what my wife calls operator error. Operator error is really when you don't believe in what it is you're trying to create. You have doubt. You think about it too much. You don't believe it's going to happen. That's operator error. The principal object of the science of mind teaching is to teach each one of us how to eliminate that operator error in the creation of our life experience. We all use the law unconsciously every moment in our lives. Even if you've never heard of the law, you use it because it's the only way anything's ever created in heaven or earth. But we use it unconsciously, most of us. And so willy-nilly things happen based on how we feel or think at the moment. Wouldn't it be great if you could use the law consciously and purposefully every day to create what you want in this life? There is a power for good in the universe, and we really can use it. We are responsible, this is number 4, but not to blame for every experience of our life. We're the only ones present at every second of our lives, from birth to death, so we're the creative force of our lives. Nobody's been around every minute to do it for us. We did it. We do this by what we believe to be true, what we think each day, and what we say to ourselves and others, and the choices we make, and the actions we take or fail to take. We understand that thoughts are things and they're created. Indeed, thoughts are the building blocks of all that exists. We are a thought in the mind of God, as is the earth and the cosmos. Our personal reality is just a reflection of what is within each one of us. Our thoughts, beliefs, biases, cultural mores, memories stored in our subconscious or subjective mind. This subjective mind is the seedbed of our personal reality, and we plant seeds each day with our conscious thoughts and speech. It's been said that we create, promote, or allow each event in our lives. We create it by making a conscious choice to do or say something that will cause something to happen in our lives. And we do this often negatively or positively. If we're in a state of rebellion and we say, I don't care, I'm going to do it anyway, it usually turns out negatively, doesn't it? We promote our lives by behavior that we know is going to lead to a certain reality in our lives. Being often late to work, for instance, leads to unemployment. But you're late anyway, and you shouldn't be surprised when you get fired. Or we allow things to happen by inaction or fear. Things we should have done, we didn't, or people we should have gotten out of our lives, we didn't do. No matter how we create what happens in our lives, it is of our making and thus our responsibility. Here's the good news. If we're creators of the script of our lives, we can always do a rewrite and change it. If we're the authors of our lives, we can always write a new chapter at any time. If life is created outside of us, we're pretty much a victim and not much we can do about it. Which thing do you think is the truth? We create it, ladies and gentlemen, and we can change it. Our personal reality is merely a projection on the screen of our lives of the totality and who and what we are. As within, so without. The basic model of religious science and the science of mind teaching is change your thinking and change your life. Or as Paul put it in Romans 12:2, be you transformed by the renewal of your mind. Exactly. Sounds so simple, doesn't it? It's almost too good to be true. But real truth is always simple, but seldom easy. Changing yourself from the inside out may be the toughest thing you'll ever attempt. But once you start, you'll begin to have the life you always knew you could and should have. Want to know more? Contact me by clicking the Contact Reverend Dore button on the home page of my website, awakenheartministries.org. That's all one word, awakenheartministries.org. Click the Contact Dore button and I'll get back to you. Until we speak again, bye-bye for now.